These blog talk radio broadcasts are meant for educational entertainment purposes only. Any resemblance to real persons, living or dead, is purely coincidental, unless otherwise stated. Shows may appear closer than they are. Listen only in well-ventilated areas. Contents may settle during broadcasting. Do not listen while operating a motor vehicle or heavy equipment. May be too intense for some. Listen. All models are over 18 years of age. Precious if listened to live. Subject to change without notice. Sounds may be simulated. Listening constitutes acceptance of agreement. For out-of-the-box thinkers mostly, not ever seen on TV. Contains a substantial amount of non-tobacco ingredients. Sounds made in time, fade, slippery when wet, not edited for television. Keep cool, listen, and process prompting. Not responsible for direct, indirect, incidental, or consequential damages resulting from any defect, error, or failure to perform. Penalty if used only for private use. Share with your friends. Sanitize to protect. Keep away from fire or flames. Not recommended for small children. Unauthorized reproduction is strictly prohibited. No solicitors. This article does not reflect the thought or opinion of either myself, my company, my friends, my past. Do not quote me on that. Do not quote me on anything. All rights reserved. You may distribute this show freely, but you may not make profit from it. Terms are subject to change without notice. Illustrations are slightly enlarged.
Alright guys, it's been a long overdue No Man's Sky talk video, hasn't it? Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, the birth of Jesus and all that good stuff, you know. I had a great holiday. It was a little hectic. We had a blizzard and that's how it started. So it started off very hectic, but it ended very nicely. So, and well, I'm glad to be back and everything's calmed down now. I think enough to where I can actually sit down and make a video and just sit here and talk. It's relaxing. I got some coffee, chilling out, Saturday morning. I went into work for a little bit, not gonna lie. But yeah, we're here. We're gonna talk about some No Man's Sky stuff. It's been a quiet time. You know, really quiet. I mean, even the content creators are hurting, and oh god, we got a lot to talk about. I'm not gonna be really nice about it. I'm not gonna be as mean as I had seen in my head previously. I think I'm in a good mood this morning, so I'll try to do this video as nice as possibly. But you know, I don't hold back, so there's a warning, like you seen in the beginning of the video. So. I give it to you straight. I speak like a man that has a pair of balls, you know, that doesn't care about YouTube and the algorithms and making money off of this bullshit, or Sean Murray or Hello Games. I just come at it from a rational point of view, not a fan boy kind of thing. Just a non-biased thing, you know, like I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna talk about some things that I've seen over the holidays that just kind of, I don't know, they kind of bothered me a little bit. Red Moss put out some video. It's the video right in front of me. It's better to hear the ugly truth than a beautiful lie. And this is something that I kind of say all the time, you know, like where people rather hear, people just want to hear baloney, man. They just want you, they just want to hear the bullshit. And they don't really want the truth. So it is better, but that's not what people want, Red Moss. I watched the video. I didn't watch it all the way through because, you know, it's kind of long-winded and I don't really care all that much, but I've seen enough to kind of grasp what it's about and what the hell is going on, and I can definitely express some feelings on this from the few receipts and tweets and things that I've seen. So the modding community, you guys are fucking absolutely ridiculous, you know. I think Red Moss said somewhere on one of the tweets, he said you know, they are free. We put these mods up for free. You know, or they eventually get out there like that, and you know, to fight over all this stuff is only hurting the community. It should be kind of an open source pool. And man, if you're going out there for clout and you're trying to patent a thing that isn't yours to begin with, then I think you're stupid. You know, I think you're ego driven and you're in it for the wrong reasons, and you're wasting your efforts on something that you can never really truly pass, never going to be yours anyway. So you should just, if that is your main goal, you should just stop and make your own engine, or like go get hired somewhere. I know maybe you guys do that to maybe get recognized, but if you're trying to patent some other game product and you're being a little bitch, I don't know. If I was gonna, I wouldn't hire you. I don't even know. Or maybe I would. I don't know. I would hire an asshole, I guess. But if you did good work. I don't know how I feel about that, but if you're doing the modding, you're modding a game for the community, I don't think that you should try to, if you're, you know, you're going for fame and money, it just seems kind of ridiculous. I don't know. You could just make a Patreon and put your mod over there and charge people for it, and well, you'll have like maybe 17 people. You know, like that, paying $5 a month or $10 a month. Woohoo! You know, don't quit your J job or anything. You know, you could be like that. We could call you Ray Rod. Ooh! I just did it. I'm gonna take a slice at Ray Rod. I lost all respect for you, Ray Rod, and I lost all respect for you. I'm gonna try to be nice about this because I think Ray Rod he pretends to be kind of a nice Christian guy, but I think on the end he's a more talk than action guy. Well, he's got some action. He's really good at what he does, but he's just a concept guy. But he sells it and dangles the carrot as he's going to present his multiverse, and it's just a piggyback off of Hello Games' engine. It must be a really nice engine to understand on the level of what Ray Rod does, but he sells it to you, and he's been selling it to everybody for the last 6 years. Oh, it's almost out. Check this out. It's almost out. And what you see is really cool. And you're like, wow, man, I'm going to go over to his page. I'm going to sign up for his Patreon and everything else. And you just don't get anything, you know, or it's just some bullshit that just it breaks down, or I don't know. I've never seen anything that was worth anything that he has put out there. Not when I jumped on there. I've seen videos and I know that he puts it out there, and some people have some snippets of it, and I've never really gone around to ask. I didn't see anything that just tickled my fancy enough. And plus, I've always had a bad taste with Ray Rod presenting himself as almost coming out. Come on. He just dangles the carrot. He keeps you on the line. He's like one of those people that are on the phone, and he goes, yeah, I'm 5 minutes away, and you're waiting there. And then you call this person up 5 minutes later. He's like, yeah, I'm 5 minutes away. And he just keeps on saying that to keep you holding on to wait there. And they were actually 30 minutes away, and they fucking knew it, you know? And that's Ray Rod, man, wrapped up in a nutshell. He's one of those friends that keeps you dangling on the line, or just he dangles that carrot, and man, it's really pissed me off, man. And I just think that's a bad, especially 6 years, dude. Jesus Christ, Ray Rod, shit or get off the fucking pot, or call it something fucking else. And what are you gonna do? Are you going to patent the modified version of Hello Games' engine? Jeez, bro. You know what? When they say that you should work for Hello Games, you honestly should work for Hello Games. You act just like them. You act just like everybody down there. You should be hired down there, Ray Rod. And you know what I mean, buddy. I hope you watch this, or somebody tags you or tells you about it, or makes a clip of it, or does some shit. I don't really care. Yeah, you know, your Patreon. I would go over there and steal your shit and hand it to everybody, but I don't think there's anything in there. You've got your debugger that changes colors. Very cool. I'm not trying to devalue your work. You do, that was kind of cool, but I mean, it's a glorified changing the hue on your television. I mean, it tickles my fancy, but it doesn't tickle my fancy for too long. I thought it was cool, but I know it's got all kinds of these other, you know, what are you guys gonna do? Like, you're gonna sell it and then someone's going to just take it and give it away. I will, and you're not going to know which account that I do it from. You won't know it's Skymasters. I'm not going to come in with skymasters.com and ask you for it, you know. So I'll get it and I'll hand it to everybody. I'll just give it away. And I think somebody who is really good at modding should just gather up all these and make a super mod and say fuck everybody, you know. Give some credit where credit's due, but use it as open source. Don't ask for permission. Take that. They did. It's really weird, you know. Rules for thee and not for me. I mean, if once a thief is a thief, you know, you can't have honor amongst them, and it's like one thief wants to have rules for the other one. Fucking weird. Anyway, that's the weird modding community debacle that I had seen over the weekend. And you know, it started with Red Moss's mod, or Red Moss talking about it. You can come over here and see the receipts and things like that. He goes through, it's way too long for me, you know. And I skimmed through a lot of this, and I did read. I'll do it just like this, and I'll kind of go through this. And I read it, and what I seen is just horseshit, you know, a bunch of fucking losers fighting and arguing over something that's not theirs. I don't know, man. It's weird, and thank you for hurting the community, to all you ass clowns who are trying to mod with your ego, get famous off of it. Gosh, you're doing it the wrong way, and it looks really weird. It looks really weird. This should be an open source thing, and we would have really good stuff, because I think this game is super crazy good with the mod. And if you guys just all got along and quit being little bitches, it'd be so much better. So Ray Rod, quit being a bitch, and all the other people in there, quit being little little bitches. If you're on that side and you're doing this for fame, you're like, oh, he has the right to patent it, and he should take his mod out of his mod stack because it doesn't blah, 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 blah. Fucking crybabies, man. You sound like little bitches, little girls, little bitches. I don't know how much more to say that, man. It's makes me want to vomit in my fucking mouth when I read some of that. I can't even believe you guys act like that. So yeah, what he did for his community post too, because he had some good points here. Okay, so let's read this. This is more from Red Moss, and I feel this from Red Moss. I feel this. Let's read this as a you know, a non-biased person from the outside in, and you gotta let me explain why he feels this way too. You're talking about a computer person who's seen the potential from day one, and you guys know all the big hitters out there who's had a bomb-ass PC who's been digging in these files since 2016. You know what I'm talking about. The potential of the so undersold, throttled back for minimum specs. And it's sad to see. You know, that's one of the most, it's one of my things that I fear the most in life, and the things that I'm most scared and terrified of is wasted potential. And it makes me upset. I've gotten my value out of the game so many different times, but to see the wasted potential and how the developers pushed it forward, well, not pushed it forward, they've actually dragged the fucking game backward. It almost makes it like it's not worth it. Even though I would do it all over again, and if you are a new player, I would say buy the game. You're going to get your monies, especially if you get it on a discount, or you're just playing it on the Game Pass, I guess. But on the computer, you got mod, and that'll get you even way more hours. You know, sky's the limit for the mod. It's kind of fun. So let's read this Red Moss text here. It said, when the No Man's Sky came out, it was billion ages away from the game I pre-ordered. Many people left. I did. Like a few of us, I was in denial. 5 years later, I still have to mod the game myself in order to have a little fun running the game. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think the game has an initial quality that is definitely worth the price. Okay, so he is a little bit he's very passionate here, and he's being a little rash. But I get it. I think that's a little over the top, but that's fine. Because he probably had a lot of fun in the beginning, and you get a good amount of hours that until you start getting bored with it. You got to remember that, Red Moss, and I'm sure you do. All right. So this first part, I think you're just really lighting it up, man. You know. But I do feel that now, man. To have fun, I have to be modded to have fun. Or sometimes I take the mods off, and so I can appreciate the mods. I'll go back and like, oh, vanilla ice cream. You got to have like a bowl of vanilla ice cream every once in a while, and then like, all right, I fucking really miss the berries and all that other good stuff. Put the bananas and berries, fudge. All right, so I was even forced to stay around longer than I wanted because I wasn't the only one that couldn't play the game as it is. That's one. So he stayed in it and modded for us, and I know he said those things, and that's shit. That's very cool of you, man. If you wanted to leave and you felt obligated to make some free mods for the rest of us, Red Moss, thank you, very super cool. The other thing is this game claims to have the best community, while the reality is they insta-ban someone for saying things that they don't like. This is very true. We're going to elaborate on this, and I'm going to elaborate on my own ideas, piggyback off of this. Hold on a sec. When I started modding, I was getting insults, cyberbullying, and more without understanding why, but I was never able to talk about it, and I kept going and increasing, and it will never be resolved. I know what he's exactly talking about. I've gone through this. The community is shit, and I will say it. And I know exactly what's fucking wrong with it. Okay, recently I realized, wait a minute, why don't admit that we will never get the game I paid for. Plus, the developers aren't able to fix simple things in the gameplay that I've fixed, me, a random guy, with mods 4 years ago. Yes. This is a big problem that I have, that I see as well, too. Plus, the features that came later were at 80% from suggestions I sent them. I thought so far, oh, they are nice, but they did it. There's a word where they are just very uninspired people, but there's a world where they're... Then I recall the void of the base game. And I am thinking, wait, this game does even deserve to be played from the first place. All right, you know it's fun, Red Moss. You had a lot of fun, but I think you've burnt out. And I've burnt out too, Red Moss. So, you know, I don't know what to tell you. You know what, Red Moss? You know what you should do, man? And do this for me and just you. And I know, make a fucking crazy, odd, abstract Salvador Dali version of No Man's Sky. Take all those assets and all that weird stuff and just put the weirdest shit. And I think that would be super cool to see. Just some odd stuff, man. Random, surreal world. And you've hit it. I know you've done great things already. Take it to that extreme though, man. Let's push our cards and do it. If you're gonna do it, and I don't know, do it for the few people that actually super enjoy it, you know? Quit trying to please everybody. It's a small community, you know, and I'll support you, man. I think you've done really well, and thank you so much, man. And I'm sorry you got shit on by all those other little bitches, but you know what? Don't stop at all the barking dogs. You're never gonna get to wherever you're going, man. And when you're doing really good, that's when you get the most barking dogs. You get the most flack when you're on target. You know, that's what they say. And I definitely agree with that. Just keep on doing it for the labor of love, and that's the right reason to do it. And when you start feeling weird about not, you know, you got those guys, they're planting things in you, man. They're forcing you to feel that weird, and that's kind of not where you're coming from, Red Moss. So anyway, you're appreciated. Thank you for making the game a really nice game, okay? Back to this community thing, where the reality is that they insta-ban anything, saying that. Let me tell you what's happened to there, why the community is kind of shit. Because the foundation of most of the big social media outlets communities was some fucking PS5 guy, and he made a crossplay platform on, you know, Reddit, Facebooks, wherever you're at. It doesn't just pick. And they didn't really like crossplay because the PC people came over and was like, check this out, look at this, look what we can do, and we just wanted to show everybody the potential of it. Check this out. Can you guys believe that you can do this? This is crazy. Ew, don't bring that here. I'm vanilla purist. And I mean, everybody just got really pissy. Not everybody. I'm going to say, you know, I mean, everybody would jump on the bandwagon. It's very weird. Besides Rayrod, and now it's only because one of the Facebook groups Martin runs, he just put Rayrod up on a pedestal. And I thought that, you know, was very lucky of Rayrod. And not that he didn't deserve it, but Rayrod never followed through. That's where Rayrod, you lost all my respect, man. You're just not a follow through. You know, 6 years of dangled carrots and not much to show. I've seen your tweets where you act like a little bitch in your ego driven. Whatever. Gosh, buddy, I had some things I just wanted to slice you with because I kind of know you personally. I was gonna really cut a knife deep into you. Feeling. I guess I'll hold back anyway. Yeah, man. You know, Facebook let him go on, and that was the one that everybody was okay with because he called it the multiverse. I don't know. It was worded different. It wasn't a modder. He got presented really weird there, but basically he's just a concept artist that likes to show it, tell it, gonna get it, but they never really call it art. And I'd give you a lot, man. I'd be a jealous guy. I'd be like, man, that's fucking cool. I wish I. Yeah, the community, man, has just been shit though. I would say, you know, whatever the percentage is, 90% of the community is pretty. I don't know. Vanilla purist, man, and they don't want to see it, or you know, they like to see it, and then once you tell them it's a PC and mod, you know, mod has this, like, people think that mods are like this some bad thing, you get banned. I don't know. I was scared of them too before No Man's Sky is a game first. I was sort of scared to manipulate No Man's Sky first. You put all that hard work in and stuff like that, but once you do that, you're like, shit, I'm a god. I got whatever I want now, whenever I want, and all this other stuff. I get to live in the fantasy sky like nobody else does. It's really cool, especially if you got, I mean, I'm really good at mixing and matching all the others. I just shuffle the dice. I'll break the game. I'll shuffle the dice again. Then it'll fire up. We'll see which one mods cancel all their mods out. And yeah, man, that's been a good life for me. And I couldn't do it any really other way. I mean, I'll play vanilla for an hour. Probably done. Yeah, man. So Red Moss, you know, thank you, man. Don't give up, man. Don't give up. We appreciate it. And let's go on. We do have a whole bunch of things that are updated. I just checked out some Nexus mods here. Brit Free is coming in swinging. We had some new newer mods too that I've seen somebody else come out. These guys change their names all the time. I never keep up with who is who, you know. There's probably the same name and different modders on stuff. I guess we should have just one modder that just comes out with a different name that nobody knows who the hell they are, and it's so discreet, anonymous, and we'll just steal everybody's mods and throw them all together and have a super mod. I mean, I'll fund it. I'll fund the going over and stealing Ray Rod shit. I'll Patreon his ass, and we can all do it. I can't be the guy that throws it all together. Red Moss, hit me up, man. I'll sit there and talk with you on the phone or whatever you want to do. I don't really care. I'd like to just see something cool all put together. Let's make a multiverse that is crazy, free, open source, not fucking money ass grabbing bullshit. Anyway, a lot of cool stuff here. Ghostly Pepper, man. I love lasagna. This is really cool, and lasagna has a lot of other cool No Man's Sky base building app. I guess I'm gonna have to do a video on this soon. I think there's been some updates to that as well, and probably into the save editor as well. I'm due for a save video, so we will do that. Go whatever slight bin. There'll be much except for like rearrange parts and pieces or whatever. Woody Montana coming in hard again. I'm gonna have to check this out too. All these three right here have always been really good. I've liked his style and the way he distributes different binds. It's a really good. Only thing that's been lacking in a lot of that I've seen is the pulse warp mod should just be a standard. You know, nobody wants to take a minute and a half to get to the next. So that pulse warp mod should almost be a standard in every single mod. I don't care who owns it or who's done it or whatever else. It should just be, like I said, everything should be all open source and everybody should just be able to pull it all together. It'd be a lot better experience. But some people are in it for something else, you know. So No Man's Sky base builder plugin for Blender. I might as well probably download this and get that video started. Well, we will do that. Is there anything else to talk about? The modding community was it. And watch out for the hype that's going to come up. Oh God, the hype. You know, I already seen like 1 or 2 videos from the real bad tryhards that are only in it for the YouTube algorithms. They don't give a shit about you as the community or a person, anything. So they're just trying to get those money. I see all the YouTube people that are probably really hurting. Even the big guys are struggling. They're trying to grasp onto another game, but YouTube's going to algorithm into that one game. I mean, it's really, unless you're this super gamer and you got everybody that's willing to just flop on over to whatever you got, it ain't going to happen. I'm sorry that you guys put all your eggs into one basket, but that is the saying. You don't do that. So I hope some people didn't like quit their job. It'd be really sad. The ones with kids, that's what I'm thinking of, and I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I hate seeing that. I hate seeing a streamer on there while I hear their kids being babysat TV in the next room. You're a piece of garbage. You're garbage, and I hate watching that. I don't care what videos you do or how good you think you are. If that's all you're doing all day, why I hear your kids every time I get on there. Oh God, I hate that. Boyd, every time I see you, man, I don't like you, man. You like the laziest. You even sit lazy. You talk lazy, and you're just a lazy person. I mean, you don't. I hate your videos because kids collect. And I'm pretty sure Professor Cynical is probably the same way. He's probably even worse. That guy is a piece herd. All right, well, that's it, man. We got some mod talk there, and some. I had to end it with some garbage talk because, you know, for the kids, man, the kids, that really upsets. But anyway, I'll do this No Man's Sky base builder video here, and we will update the save probably in the same maybe clash part thing. But yeah, remember the most important thing, like I always say, call somebody you love. With that being said, I will see you guys on video.